In this video, we're going to unbox our Savage Mark II FVSR 22 caliber rifle. Comes in this little cardboard box, which the store clerk had some difficulty opening this up. I'll bring the camera around and we'll take a look at this and take everything out and see what we have. Alright, this is what we got here. Now they had to pull all this out, get all goofed up the store. So we have our rifle wrapped in plastic. Get that out of the box. Manual. You know, they had to take it out to check the serial numbers and they couldn't get it all back in. We have a lock. I have a set of earplugs, which is pretty neat. And of course these guys. The bolt is here. What else is hiding down in there? Alright, whatever that is. I have no idea what this is. So, we have that, the bolt, and I believe the magazine are in here. And the earplugs, manual and that. Alright, let me get the camera back to where I'll start unwrapping this and going through it. Okay, sorry about that. It's hard for me to hold the camera steady and use my shaky hand to get the stuff out of the box. But I want to unwrap this. Get that out of the way. Manual. So there we have our gun without the bolt. Little red block in there so we make sure we ain't cramming ammunition in or trying to kill anyone in the department store where we bought it. And that's what that looks like. Alright, we have a lock, which comes with a lot of new guns. And then here, okay, there are, in this bag, there is instructions written on it how to install the bolt. Okay? So you got something to read. And in the bag, I believe you get the bolt itself. One magazine, which we're not going to need right at the moment. This yellow thing, whatever it is, like I said, I have no idea what that part is. But when the guys, you know, they had to do the rigmarole, they had to take it out, show me the gun, make sure it's not damaged, give me the bolt, put the bolt in, make sure it functions. And a set of earplugs. I think these are the disposable, yeah, little 3M disposable earplugs, so that's very nice. Interesting rifle. I got it because I was looking for a 22, just a basic bolt action gun, and a lot of people said this one's really accurate. Savage is a good gun. I only want a bolt action, so it's got a sticker on there. Adjustable trigger, which I believe they put these stickers on every gun so you can take any one out and go on display. I'm going to remove that. Alright, and this too, I got this from Sportsman Outdoors, and they didn't have it. I had to order it online, and then the gun came to me. So just a little synthetic stock bolt action rifle. Now here's the bolt, And I read a few reviews of this thing, and I got it for several reasons. One, the heavy bull barrel and the fact it was threaded. I wanted a 22 with a threaded muzzle. And when I got it, it's got like this heavy tactical bolt on there, which is pretty cool. Which basically all you have to do once you get the gun out of the box, you know, you should clean all the crud off. Is just, I did it in the store. Okay, it's kind of hard to do this angle, but just pull the trigger and slide the bolt up into the action. And that's it. There we go. So I'm going to bring the camera around and we'll take a different look at it. And also, don't forget the manual. See, the manual tells you how to do all the wonderful things that you can with this. And I'll try to see what that little yellow tip thing is. And then we'll take a look at it at a different angle because this isn't too good here. Okay, now that I changed my shirt so we can see, I'll show you how to get the bolt, and it was kind of hard at the angle. The bolt comes cocked and set, and a little diagram shows you how to line it up. And you just pull on the trigger just normally like any other, and then push straight forward and down it goes. Okay? So there's your bolt, and it has like a tactical heavy bolt handle on there. And then 10-round magazine just slides up in there. And there you have it. Now we'll kind of take a look at the gun. I'll lay it on the table and we'll go over some of the features. Oh, and this thing with the yellow handle, that's for adjusting the trigger, the accu trigger, which this has an adjustable accu trigger on there. Okay, now we'll take a closer look at the gun. Synthetic stock, a little hard butt plate on there. Nothing fancy there. It does have metal sling attachments, both there and up on the fore end. Like I said, what's really neat, it has that tactical handle on there. It's just a basic, simple 22. It has the accu trigger, the adjustable trigger. The rifle doesn't come with any sights, but has this Picatinny rail up here to mount a scope or an optical sight. And just your basic, ordinary little detachable, I believe 10-round magazine there. Okay, and then your safety, this big, obvious knob where red means fire, and you throw it back. And it has an S down in there for safe. So that's your safety, pretty simple, pretty easy to find. The checkering is, molded into the stock. And here are the two screws. If you have to take the stock off to adjust the trigger, I'll show you that. It's this screw and the one forward of the that one there, and that one. Not this little one. We'll go over that in a minute. It has a nice, heavy, fluted bull barrel and thread protectors on there, and it's got a threaded barrel, 1/2" 28, which is a standard thread for muzzle brakes, suppressors, whatever. See what she says there. I guess that's all your warning in that. So there you go. Let's flip it around. Okay, looking at it from the other side, your serial number is stamped in up in here. And then you go down and there's your scroll there for Savage. The fluting, which is nice. and a threaded muzzle. Kind of cool. It's a cool looking gun. Like when I review my other sporting guns, you know, I don't have a sight on it yet. I got an idea, but we'll go over this little overview. Now this bolt for me with my big hands, this is cool, easy to manipulate. Safety, okay, you don't really, you kind of got to. To put it on safe, you got to pull your hand away, but say you drew a bead in that, it's just a matter of flicking your thumb forward and coming back down onto the trigger. And you got this trigger, which that right there out the box is pretty damn good for me. See, my hands over the years of working are numb. I can't handle a real light trigger. You know, something like 4 pounds, 5 pounds is the lowest I want to go. I had a gun with set triggers, someone ratcheted that damn thing back to about 1.5 pounds, and I mean, I just put my hand in there, didn't even know it, and the gun would go off. So again, that's your personal choice. For me, I probably won't fool with it. I'll just leave it right the way it is. All right, but say we wanted to adjust the trigger. Let's pull this apart. And another important thing, get the bolt out, you pull it back, and then just pull down on the trigger. All right, and to get the bolt back, it's a little bit difficult for me with my hand. Just pull it up, pull down on the trigger, and just draw the bolt back like this. Now, before we go any further, when this thing comes out of the box, it's covered in heavy material to protect it, like a protectant. It's not an oil, it's covered in gooey stuff. Somewhat. Most of it kind of rubbed off. Clean this. Clean the bolt, flush it out with carburetor cleaner, then lubricate it. Clean out the bore and the inside of the receiver and all that stuff. Clean it before you shoot it. Because shooting it just is going to melt it, burn it, bake it in there, and the gun will get gunked up quicker. Now we got the bolt out, got the clip out. We got the gun here. All right, looks like I'm going to have to move the camera. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get it out of the stock just for cleaning purposes, because what I'm going to do is I'm taking it out to clean it. But also this is how you gain access to adjust the trigger. That's why they put these things in the box. Read it, it's got pictures, it gives you instructions that sometimes are pretty easy to understand how to adjust this trigger. What you're going to need is you're going to need a 5/32 Allen wrench, which they do not include with this gun. And like I said, we go to our 2 bolts. One right in front. Now there's another little one in there on a steel plate. You don't fool with that second one. It's the one by the trigger guard and the one forward of the magazine. I don't know if they come out or not, but if we can get them part way out, get the stock off, it'd be nice, because then we won't lose them. Does that do it? No, not quite. Okay, it's freewheeling. And then the stock. Should lift off. Looks like I might have to take this one out. Don't seem to come out all the way. I'll edit some of this. All right, that one's out. There we go. And off it comes. Yeah, it was just in there real tight. Okay, and that's all you got here. It's just a synthetic stock. And it goes on there tight. You really ain't got to worry with a bull barrel about floating it. And I see a spring. Okay, and that's your internal mechanism. Pretty simple. It's a simple gun. It's a tube receiver. And then to adjust your trigger, I believe you have to go down where this go down into this with that tool, I believe, and go in there, and there's probably a screw or something that you would adjust. The manual tells you and explains to you how to do it, and like I said, I'm not going to screw with it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean the gun, the bolt and everything. I'm going to spray it down with carburetor cleaner, wipe everything down. Then after all that dries out, I'm going to re-lubricate it. Probably the trigger mechanism and that, I don't know, I might just wipe that down and put a little bit of instrument oil on there. But this heavy grease inside here, I'm going to flush out the gun and clean all the packing stuff off, and the bolt. I'm going to clean the bolt too. Then once you clean it with a degreaser, you still got to lubricate it. Okay, we found that out with our Glock pistol. So that's what I'm going to do now, then we'll reassemble it. Okay, I've wiped off all the grease, applied a very liberal amount of lubricant onto the outside and mechanism, the bolt, everything. And now we're going to get it to go back together again. One screw kind of come out, it's kind of pressure under there. All right, so we'll just get this fitted back into the stock. Kind of went in tight. I'm going to see if there's any angling or something we have to do here. Alright, I guess this barrel free floats, so this thing kind of sits down in there, and I believe these screws, this one here has some spring in it to it. So we'll get that one in there, get it started. Get this one in here. And it is tight. So the stock is fairly tight on this gun. I guess they kind of do market it as a extremely accurate weapon, and that would help it. This is a lot better than some of those budget hunting rifles I run across. Okay, that's engaging in there. Alright, I'm going to tighten these down. Okay, when I took this gun apart, I noticed the screws were tight, and when you put them back in and tighten them 2 screws down, this one fits pretty tightly, almost threads right into the stock. This one kind of goes down, but there's some spring from the plate, and this thing will rock in the stock, the receiver. So what you do is grasp that over the center, push down, tighten these, and then yes, the reason is this is a free floating barrel. I don't have a dollar bill on me, so we'll take a $5 bill and okay, right to the receiver. So yes, free floating. So that's why the stock's kind of tight. So you don't want to mar or force anything here with the stock. Then we'll get our bolt back in there. See if it goes, oh, that goes in so much easier with the lube on there because it's been lubricated. Alright, and we will put in our mag. So that's it for getting it unwrapped. Now, let's back her up. And the question of a sight. I think I found something. Okay, I wanted to go out and give this a try tomorrow. I got a couple guns to try, and I got this, one of the wholesalers. It's a UTG sight, simple sight, just a dot sight, you know, red dot, green dot, 1, 2, 3 dot, whatever. And the one thing I noticed to use this, to get in the center of the tube, I've got to kind of hold my head up. So this stock's a little, for being high up there, you got to hold your head off stock. So maybe some sort of cheek rest or cheek piece may come in, but for now we're just going to go and just a little bit of casual plinking and see what the gun does. So I may have a video up here in a few days of me going out and trying this out just for the hell of it. And if this doesn't work out, this is something I had left over from, I bought this, put it on a gun or something, sold the gun, so I kept this sight. So I got this thing, and then I may have another option, but we're going to just try it with the dot sight just to go and get some rounds downrange. So that's my unboxing of the Savage Mark II. Seems to be a pretty nice gun. It's was about $275, say, somewhere in there. I got it from Sportsman Outdoor. And I had to order this off their website. They didn't have it in the store, but I found it on their website, ordered it, and I waited, I think, about 2 weeks, and they just sent me an email, hey, go down to the store, pick your gun up, it's there. Went through the whole rigmarole there. We got escorted out, but it looks like a neat, handy little gun. I hear a lot of good things about it, so we're going to take it out and give it a try and see what happens.